another weekly update. And you know what? We're going to actually change it even more. Looking at the length of the weekly updates and the drop-off time, they need to be shorter or they need to be simpler. So what we're going to do is, instead of breaking down what's happening outside of the UK with residencies and visas, and what's happening inside of Spain with residencies and visas, we're going to put that into one section. We're then going to answer the YouTube comments. We're then going to do our section on what is happening in and around Spain. So I think that's the best way. Finally got to this format where we're going to try 3 different sections instead of 4. As you can see, most of this is done ad hoc. Nearly just got hit on the head by a parking barrier, but we're going to carry on recording. This morning we're at the hospital, just waiting for my friend to get some bloods, and then we're going to be over here at the Hospital Civil in Malaga, and that might give you a clue on who's going to be helping me stay in the Spain section. So I'm Goodacre from Upsticks, and this is your weekly update number 28. Right, so we're going to talk now about the visa and residency section. As I said in the intro, we're going to bring that all into one and try and keep it slightly short of it. I'm outside the Hospital Civil, right in the middle of Malaga, but it's eerily quiet today. Normally it seems to be a lot of hustle and bustle. It's very quiet. My friend's just arrived. Oh, this way.
The other way. I'm over here.
It's over here.
I think it's an August thing.
It's an August thing.
So, yeah, because I went in for my blood test in the hospital and they were a lot slower. I think there's different staff on.
My thing is that I think that because it's August, everybody stays up till 3 o'clock in the morning, so anybody who's stupid enough to be up at this time is really subdued. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to talk to you now about what's happening with residencies, visas and everything, and afterwards we're going to talk to Skatz in the Spanish section. So we've just had a really good report back from Stephen, who's given me permission to share this with you, and he was at the Manchester BLX, and Stephen said, just let you know how our NLV appointment went at Manchester today. We parked at the Brown Cross Street car park, which is just around the corner, for a short walk to the office. We had some time to kill, so stopped for a coffee. So just remember that, the Brown Street Cross car park. In fact, I'll put a link below for that one. Our appointment was at 9:30, but we thought we'd chance it and go in just after 9 o'clock. Straight in, got a number and 2 envelopes to put our name, address on them. Then waited lots of what looked like students in there, but plenty of seats. Yeah, so we're at the end of the student period now, so they've all come in July. Hopefully now in August things will settle down. We know that last week in Edinburgh they told us that August is a quieter time because the students should all have their applications in by then. After about 5 minutes our number came up, and at the desk was asked if we were applying for the NLV. He said his colleagues were dealing with those, so we had to sit down for a couple of minutes. We got called for, presented our paperwork in the order she asked for. We were then presented with a card machine to pay the fees, then directed to another desk to have our photos taken. We left the office about 9:30 and now we wait. So as you can see, no dramas there. If you're going with your Upsticks folder, nice and organised, and basically that was it. The only thing I would say is if you are going to pay, we had a problem a couple of weeks ago with a client of ours who was trying to pay with a mobile card. It just wouldn't let them, so always make sure you've got a credit card on you as well. And then talking about what's happening in Spain, we've got 2 renewals in, which were really bordering the 90 days. So there's one from Huelva, which was on day 88 after expiry, which is a bit of a pain because we did actually put it in time. So we put it in just on expiry, and it took nearly 90 days to come through, but then that leaves our client now another month without a TIE card because we couldn't get an appointment to get that registered for a month. So the importance of getting your NLV renewals in as soon as possible, especially if you're doing it during summer. And we had another one from Murcia. Again, it was on day 89, where if it went to the 90th day after expiry, you have to start a whole different process to try and claim the approval. So they are dropping in, but slowly. But again, that's what we expect in August. I've got a theory that people work from home, and because it always seems that just before everybody goes on holiday, we get an avalanche of approvals coming in. So it happens at Christmas as well. Just before Christmas, everybody goes on holiday, and next thing you know, all the approvals coming. So there we go. So that's what's happening with visas and oh no, one other thing as well. I was really lucky enough this week to finally meet Martin and Monica. I went to an appointment to register their first renewal, sorry. And here's a photo of us together. And after, well, a couple of years now working together, finally we got to meet. And Martin's actually going to start his own YouTube channel, so it's been said on YouTube now, Martin, so there's absolutely no backing out at all. And if I finally get this Insta360 camera, Martin, I'm going to give you a call to go for a walk with you, and we're going to do some footage together. So can't wait to see Martin's channel up and running. We'll definitely be promoting it on here. Right, so next thing I'm going to go is the YouTube comments. Right, so now on to our YouTube comments, and we've got now one video that's doing really well is how to pay a speeding fine in Spain without a digital certificate. But one thing that is happening is we're getting comments now from people who are having problems with the document number and the format that they're actually putting it in. So that's 4 or 5 comments. This comment here from Bin Tran, I have a problem with the document number. It keeps saying error, can someone help me? And there was a response from another person there saying they had the same problem. So I haven't had time to look into that yet, but it may be a formatting error, the way you put it in, because I know, or you may be using the wrong number, I don't know. So I'll investigate that, go back over one of my old speeding fines and make sure that you've got the right number. I'll probably do a subsequent video just on that section and upload it just so you've got that information and making sure you put it in correctly. As I say, if you can't get your fine paid using that video, then unfortunately the only choices that you've got is to actually go to the DGT or phone 060 and see if they can help you there. We got a comment from Ant and Kez there on our funny fishing in Spain. Yeah, that was just a brief video where a guy, when I was in Torredemar, walked past me after catching a bra, and I used it as a short because we've both some thought it was hilarious, and they said, "Hi Chris, bravo, very uplifting video." That's a funny play on words. On our La Fábrica de Cerveza beer factory, top places to visit in Malaga. Yeah, trying to get some more out and about places on the channel. That video actually took about 2 years ago, and I wasn't really too sure what I was going to do with it when I took it, and then realised it would make a great short. So Neil, who's actually sent us some content you're going to see later on, said that's on this list of things to do. Definitely recommend that place if you come into Malaga, Neil. Probably not to eat, to be honest, more just to try the various beers, and they do them in really small, almost shot-sized glasses, so you can try a few beers without getting too wobbly. And that is actually it for the YouTube comments this week. It's been very quiet on YouTube. Let's have a look, see if there's any actually responded to. Oh, here we go. I did respond to this one. So in our weekly update, last weekly update number 27, Kev the Argonaut, thanks again, always supporting the channel, appreciate that. Actually wasn't too far away from you last week, but it was only a brief stopover, so next time I get down to Mercy with the family, we'll stop and have a coffee and say hi. And I mentioned just joked about getting a boat when this time next year we'll have a boat, but I was only joking. Definitely we're not going to try and get a boat. Even if I had the money, I wouldn't have a boat because I'd have to look at a boat and I'm seasick. And Kev said, don't do it, Chris. Boat is the acronym for break out another 1,000. Yeah. He says, as I found to my cost, the best 2 days of owning a boat are the day you buy it and the day you get rid of it. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. The bit in between is just throwing large amounts of money into a hole in the surface of the water with more maintenance issues than a TVR or old carburetor-based V12 Ferrari put together. Yeah, and to be honest with you, me not being particularly mechanically minded, I do depend on our mechanics to do everything other than put petrol in my car. Yeah, I don't think we'll be getting a boat at all. And live on TV now, look at this. We've got Skatz. Oh, sorry, we've got Skatz here. I just wanted to show you,
around a bit. Yeah.
just to show you what else is happening here. I'm now going to win the lottery because, as we were speaking, a bird's just pooed all over me. No. So apart from getting hit by the car park barrier earlier on, by that much I missed it. Getting pooed on by a bird, which is really good luck.
You got attacked by flies as well.
I got attacked by flies, hence why I'm in the cafe early So now we're going to crack on and talk about what's happening around Spain, and we've got a special guest. Woo-hoo. Right, so on our what is happening in and around Spain this week, I have loads of people contributing to this section. First of all, we're with Skatz. What are we doing today, Skatz? Tell them all.
Well, I've been told to sit here looking tired and fatigued.
Yes.
So, and that's not difficult for me right now. So, yeah, what we're doing today, we're going to talk about the benefit gig that I had. Should we do that now?
Let's do that now. How did it go?
It went really well. Of course,
So, just for people who don't actually know us, who are watching this for the first time, so I'm regularly on Skatz's channel, YouTooSpain. You can check out the link below. Ooh. And I figure regularly as a guest. And Skatz has another channel called Still Alive, and that is partly because Skatz has got colon cancer.
Yeah, colorectal
cancer, and we're here today on his fourth treatment, which is the intravenous chemo after lots of rounds of radiotherapy. Was it 5 rounds of radiotherapy?
Well, 25 days worth of radiotherapy.
Yes.
Is that right? Oh no, 25 days worth of tablets. Yeah, it was 25.
Lots.
I can't remember. There was lots going on.
Lots of radiotherapy, quick break, and then it's on to the intravenous chemo, and this is the penultimate day that we're here. I don't really do a lot, to be honest. I just support by ordering omelettes and smiling.
Yeah.
And every time
translating, he's doing a lot.
Translating. Yeah, do a bit of translating. To get the coffees anyway. So that's who we are. So if you don't know who we are, check out Skatz's channel, and also check out some of the podcasts with Skatz on our channel as well. And I just wanted to tell you about what's happening in and around Spain. And one of the first things was there was a benefit gig to basically help you, support you through these times on it while you're going through the chemo process, because you can't work at the moment.
Yeah. I can manage to do videos sitting in an office, but apart from that, all of the other stuff, can't do it. So a lot of the musicians from where I live in Compita all got together and said, let's do a benefit gig for him, and that everybody turned up from the town. I mean, they filled the restaurant, about 136 people, I think. Wow. Plus the musicians, and it was a fantastic night. Liz, my wife, went, and she sang as well, and not a lot of people in the village knew that she was a singer and could play guitar, so it was a huge shock. And she's amazing as well, so she blew the roof off, except they were outside in the garden, but if there was a roof she'd have blown it off.
That's amazing.
So, yeah. And they raised 2,600 and something.
Brilliant.
Which is fantastic. And Liz was in tears, I was in tears when we on the night she was just wandering around thanking everybody in tears. Yeah, I couldn't be there because I was still feeling rubbish, and really I shouldn't be in groups of people, of 136 people really, because I could catch something. As my white blood cell count is very low at the moment. My what is it called? Where you've got immunity. That's right.
Which we're going to find out now. So the plan is, and they're very good because Skatz lives far away. They normally would do this in a 2-day process. So you normally come in, get your bloods, you get the analysis, and then you come back the next day to get your chemo. But because Skatz lives in Compita, it's an absolutely horrific drive to get down here at 8 o'clock in the morning, right through the middle of Malaga. So normally, Skatz come down to my house. We have a chemo-friendly meal.
Party.
Make sure the bloods are strong.
Yes.
And then we leave the house about 7:15. Get here nice and early to get the bloods done. And then they do the bloods on the same day. In about 20 minutes, we're going to go up to the hospital, make sure that we're first in the queue for the consultant, and then we'll get the results for the blood. And then if everything's okay, which I'm absolutely 100% it will be, then straight into chemo. They basically order the drugs there and then, another wait, and then you go in. And normally, if there's no delays like the not the last one, the one before, where you're delayed getting in, normally you'd be on there hooked up for about 3 hours, would you be?
Yeah, they've been hooking me up at about 1:30, and I've been coming out at about 4:30. But except for that one time, 2 times ago, when I didn't get out till about 7:30 because I was sitting around for 3 hours, not sure why. But now we're in August, I'm not sure what's happening because the blood test took longer. They were definitely slower in there. So I don't know if they've got different staff. So we'll find out whether the same is happening.
My theory is that everybody stays up so late in August, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Anybody that's up at this time is just really, really knackered. So I think people still stay up late and then get up and have a siesta later on. But generally, because of the heat, today it's going to be 42 in Alarin de la Torre, where our office is, which is crazy. It's not normally like that. So yeah, what happens is your evenings extend when it's a bit cooler. But anyway, if you want to know more about what's going on, Skatz, you have your Still Alive channel. Yeah. Okay. Which now Skatz has migrated all of his video diaries onto that channel. So please subscribe. It's a new channel. We're just supporting it. And
it's not just about the cancer. It's about don't die before you die. It's about spreading laughter and making sure that people don't give up because they're getting old. You're not getting old. So that's just something in your head. So yeah, I'm going to encourage people to stay young.
I should give you one of my sad festival photos then, shouldn't I? Yeah. That's so yeah, no, definitely. So please subscribe to that. And now we're going to have Skatz's comments on what's happening out and around in Spain.
I need my glasses for this.
Need your glasses for this.
By the way, I'm not actually this small. I'm just far away.
Just far away.
Just to let you know.
My head is actually this big, to be fair.
It is, yeah. It's huge. I can't see anything past that.
Huge. Blocking the sun. So the first thing is there's this place called the Sidreria. Now, Neil, our client, has been very, very kindly sent us loads of content about basically his life in Spain. He's recently come over on an NLV and about a month now into the NLV, and really just I always encourage people to send us loads of stuff over. Please show us what's happening in and around Spain. And Neil has sent us quite a few things over, and I think it's brilliant. So please keep them coming. We love it. So Neil's up there in Alicante, and he went to a bar called the Sidreria. And this, I've never seen one of these before. So basically this is a cup where it's full of cider, and I'm assuming because in Asturias they have to aerate the cider, but they hold the cup down and they hold it above their heads and it comes out, and then that gives it extra flavour and froth.
They do that in northern France as well.
They do it in northern France?
Yeah, they've got the thing that they pour with it's a very thin tube, and
So I'm assuming that adds to the flavour. If you know, tell me. And this device here looks like it does the same thing, but mechanically. I've never seen one before in Spain, so thank you very much, Neil, for sending that across to us. That's absolutely awesome. And now the next thing here is also Neil's photos. Now Neil sent us, a lot of the content that Neil sent us, I'm going to spread, because there's so much good stuff, I'm going to spread it over a couple of updates, but keep it coming, Neil. But talking about food, check this out. Now that is like a bean stew.
Oh yeah.
Check that out. That's got chorizo in it. Now I think is that not what they call like a fabada?
Yeah, I've had one of those in the villages in Granada province near Orcova.
So that's
in Papilliera or Pampinera.
So that'd be more of a winter dish, actually. That's like, I think they call it a fabada. Yeah. But look at that, white beans and chorizo. You can probably hear next door to us the radio going off, but we're going to carry on rolling. It doesn't matter. That's somebody who's parking attendant there. It hasn't got a volume button on the thing. Yeah. And you could just see the garlic and the chorizo. It just looks delicious. It's actually making me hungry now.
That's big bits of chorizo.
Look at that. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'd have that.
And then moving forward here, we've got a couple of things here. We've got the croquetas. So they definitely, if you look to the left-hand side of this photo, they're croquetas. Well, they'll be croquetas caseras, which means they'll be homemade, definitely. Now, this is something that you get a lot of for tapas in...
you get different fillings in them, don't you?
Well, yeah, this one here, Neil was saying, is actually a blood sausage croqueta.
Oh, morcilla croqueta, that's beautiful.
Ages since I've had one of them, so that's amazing. And then next to it, it's just a chorizo. Now, the funny thing about these chorizo there is in Granada, they sometimes do chorizos in these little ceramic pigs, right? They put them on a stick and they put cooking alcohol underneath them. They light it and they bring it out and you cook it yourself. So it's a bit of a show, but it's very nice. So I've had that quite a few times in Almuñeca, but sadly the bar that did it closed there, but I've seen it in
shame.
Granada.
That's in some kind of sauce as well. That looks.
Oh, it looks absolutely amazing. So thank you very much for that, Neil. That's amazing, and we've got so much more coming up from Neil. That's incredible. Now, as you can see, we're actually working on the laptop outside, so might take a little bit of time just to bring up the rest of the photos. And these photos from Stu and Joe. Now, I nearly caught them the other day. I was in Matheron, but only for an evening. It was a quick stop off on the way to Castellón, and they've dropped me an email across with, I'm just going to bring up the text for the email. So basically they were saying to us, and I'm sure they won't mind me reading the email out. So they just said they're just chilling, sitting at the Oasis Cafe and Bar with the most stunning views of the Med. Now check these photos out, it's absolutely amazing. They're alongside the esculturas, which is the sand sculptures that people do to try and get money. I'm sure you need permission to do that on those beaches, which is in the it's from the natural sand, so it's Arena Natural de Pol Nuevo. So if you want to go down to that beach there, I'm going to put a link below to how you can get there. And they said this is what they call sand sculptures created over millennia by wind and sea erosion. Oh, hang on a minute. So why? Okay, so it's not the people who make the sand sculptures, it's here. It was in the photo there. Can you see it, Skatz? So there's basically, they call at the back there, these are the esculturas de Arena Natural de Pol Nuevo. So basically it's the weather has cut into the mountains and the erosion has created those. They're very big and impressive, they're huge and impressive. You can see the photo, which I've got here now of B-roll. And there's some hire company taking some clients through. I'm sure they are driving trading before they head off into the beyond. So check this beach out, it's amazing. Look at that.
Oh, lovely.
And I bet that's one of them beaches where you can walk out miles into the sea as well. Yep, definitely. I'm not much of a beachy type person, but a couple of hours there would be great. Oh, look at that there, that's amazing. Definitely, that's a place to have your breakfast, isn't it? Yeah,
I'm not a lying on the beach kind of person, but I'm a sitting in the chiringuito.
Yeah,
watching other people lying on the beach.
More chiringuito. There's a saying in Spain: if you're más chiringuito que playa, you're more chiringuito than the beach. But yeah, that's fine. And there you go. There's a picture of the bar. So yeah, thanks for sending those over, guys. It's really nice and nice to see what you're actually up to and your life in Spain. And there's the breakfast as well.
Beautiful.
Look at that, and a beautiful view. As I say, it's not just all about getting people's visas and moving on to the next one. We do like to see what you're actually doing once you're here and enjoying life. And so getting these photos is brilliant. And then just on to the last thing was I recently was in the province of Castellón in a town called Peníscola. And it was a 1,500 kilometre trip in 4 days, which is a bit of a crazy idea, but I actually really enjoyed it. So we've got 2 videos coming up, one of just our little trip to Peníscola and another one which is actually a gimbal walk, which I did around the castle, which will be our first gimbal walk on the channel, but it was taken by mistake, but I just carried on rolling and thought, oh, this will make a cool video. And we actually got to meet the magician Goodacre there as well, which is apparently a national hero when it comes to magicians, and he was world champion at some point as well. Yeah,
magician. Wow.
So yeah,
I didn't know they had competitions.
They do, yeah, they do. So because he said it about 15 times in his show. So, but he was very good, and he's half Scottish as well.
Which half?
Yeah, he made a joke in the show which said he was on half Scottish on behalf of one of his dad's friends, but that was his joke. But it was quite funny. It was very, very good. So check out some of these photos here, but check out the video which is coming in the next few weeks when I get a chance to edit it. Okay, so that's it. Now we've got to go. It is now 9:15.
Oh, yeah.
Which means it's our time to go.
Get in there quick.
Get in there quick. We're going to get in there early, get our paperwork in, and make sure we see the consultant. So thanks for taking the time to come on and chat about things around Spain, Skatz.
You're welcome. And
don't forget, next week it's update number 29. More videos coming out around about summer, getting residency. I'm Chris from Upsticks. This is Skatz from YouTooSpain and Still Alive. If you haven't subscribed to any of our channels, please do so now.